All right, back to our
Okay,
question.
we're recording. Woohoo!
How do we express our thoughts and our feelings without actually not speaking? And we've had some. We've had eye contact, a smile,
Body language.
body language. Have you ever, well, I started to say, have you ever met somebody? We'll say a total stranger. We're back at the Kroger store in that aisle, okay?
Let's make it at least Costco.
All right, Costco, Dillard's, whatever. And you're walking down the aisle and you see a person that just everything about the person looks to be the most pleasant, positive person in the world.
They're a waste of my time.
Oh. No, you can't say that. You're the one who prays before you go into the Kroger's for those contacts.
You have a limited amount of time. You got to put it where it's needed.
I know.
Maybe.
But occasionally, I mean, it's they're few and far between. It's rare, but I can remember those times when I've been shopping and I see a person that looks like, wow, you look like such a nice person. I'd like to talk to you. I don't know that person. Something about their whole presence, demeanor.
You must shop at my Kroger. You saw me. No, just kidding.
That's right.
It was Faith, and she's trying to get your attention. Get up on the top shelf. Yeah. All right. I wanted us to think about this because often, what is that?
I know this sounds crazy, but if you need a new mattress, do not shop today. Oh no, the time to shop is Saturday, April 16th at 10 a.m. at the Mattress Firm located in Charleston and Huntington Mall. We're selling Steely, Stearns & Foster, even Tempur-Pedic mattress sets for $5 at noon Saturday, April 16th. You'll start unveiling 5 secretly marked beds for $5. If you're the lucky one buying on one of these beds, it's yours.
Karen or something.
Saturday, April 16th for the grand reopening of Mattress Firm. Now in Charleston.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
No.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, I'm working on it.
Karen, can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I cannot. I can't. I don't have a camera. You know how that little green thing and you press it.
Yeah.
We can hear you, but we can't see you. We can hear you now.
Okay, I'm gonna go back out and come back in.
It's something in her
It's
background.
her background, her TV
Okay.
or something.
All right. Yeah, where are we going with this lesson tonight? Oh my God.
Communication.
Here we are talking about words, and we're having more trouble tonight than we've ever had.
Oh gosh, this afternoon when I was sitting in my lounge chair going over everything I wanted to share with you tonight, it just flowed perfectly.
We are denying the power of this technology over our lesson, and we are affirming that everything we need to learn tonight will be shared with ease and grace. Because Val says everything has to be with ease and grace right now. Yes.
With ease and grace.
And
Okay.
Deepak
All
showed
right.
up this morning and said ease and joy. I like that too. That works.
We're gonna wrap up the word with you thinking about how we talk, how we communicate.
The south and the east of Madison, by the end of that loop, see some of those people who kind of sit there. When they just sit there,
Have your teeth on or something?
All right, can you hear me too?
Yeah.
See and hear. Hey, word and all that.
Woohoo.
Okay. I'm gonna read a book.
Well, and
Teaching
all the words
Unity
strung together.
SEE class.
with song and singing. The music is in there. Everybody can sing. Everybody can create. And just make
Before we started, I was trying to find out the last name of a gentleman that attends here. And I've talked to him, talking about John. If you sat next to John, and I think Faith and I have, when we've had an upbeat kind of special on the music, he is just all over the place. Hands are, loves it. And so finally one Sunday I asked him if he played an instrument or whatever. He said, no, he didn't. He just loved the music. And if you see him and you just kind of watch him, he pulls you in. His enthusiasm pulls you in. And I guess that's what I'm hoping we get out of this chapter about the word. We don't go through life with a checklist. Oh, there's somebody coming down the aisle at Kroger's. I better smile. In our relationship with Spirit, one, the I am, whatever name we call it, that will work through us. That will work through us. And even if Robert's there with his phone list,
Thanks, Spencer. Hillary Clinton is ramping up attacks on Bernie Sanders after her sixth straight loss to the Vermont senator. Today, the former Secretary of State criticized Sanders for saying that he didn't think people with a gun crime should be able to sue the gun manufacturer. On the Republican side, who won the poll, showed Donald Trump as well in New York and Texas, is in third place. Cruz picked up 30 delegates on Trump.
What? Is somebody talking to me?
Here is the TV on in the background there.
Sorry, got it now. I've muted.
Thanks.
oh, I'm still going to write that book. Oh, gosh. All right.
Some employers, I'm so sorry,
some
employers are really understanding how important that is. Because I know about 3 years before I left Norton, it came out, as an employee, if you're walking down the hall and you see a patient or a family member walking towards you, within 10 feet, you are supposed to make eye contact. Within 5 feet, you are to smile. And when they come closer, you're to say, is there anything I can do to help you?
That's company policy. It is.
Well, yes, and it's they'll put it in a manual. The interesting thing is we don't have to have that manual. We don't have to have the company policy. This will be coming through us.
It ought to. And I think for many people it is, because it's the way we were taught. But for other people, it's not part of the culture they were raised in, and it can be really difficult. There are cultures where making eye contact is considered a sign of disrespect.
Yes.
And you don't do it at all.
That's okay. And we do need to know those situations, but generally in ours, it isn't. One of the things, and then we are going to go where we are going to get to denials and affirmations tonight.
We affirm that we will get
there.
I kind of look back at my Unity experience, and I think all of us can remember the very first time we walked in to a Unity church. It was overwhelming emotionally for me. I thought, what and where has this been? It was an emotional experience. And from that point on, this is what happens when you take these classes. They just lead to more classes and more classes, and next thing you know. Anyway, I decided this makes perfect sense for the first time in my life. This makes sense. And so then I decided, all right, whatever I'm learning in these classes, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a shot. Now, I think I'm a pretty good driver, but sometimes prior to being introduced to Unity, I could get very angry on the road. I wouldn't go so far as to say road rage, but people who don't drive well made that, I got quite angry. And that I had to deal with, because here I am sitting in these classes where I am learning that I should honor the Christ in other people, and they won't let me merge when I'm getting on the interstate. Or they cut me off, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And I'm really doing this tennis match back and forth. I am supposed to recognize the Christ in this person who shouldn't have a driver's license. But anyway, I kept working at it, and I kept working at it, and I didn't time it, but after a while, I noticed I was a lot calmer in the car. And when people would go flying past me, I found myself thinking, and hopefully it was a form of a prayer, I don't know where they're going. I don't know what is their destination, but Spirit be with them. And it then occurred to me, I think maybe this stuff does work.
See, I love that moment where I realize that I was thinking, and that isn't how I want to think. And I celebrate that. I come back to how I want to think. I love that moment. Just that moment is such a gift.
It
when
is.
You realize it. It's like I woke back up. This is so cool. You're conscious. Metaconscious.
All right. Denials and affirmations. Who's in the habit of using denials? I don't know if anybody's done a survey in Unity organizations and Unity churches, but one of my teachers during the second part of the OUT training, Robin, you may know Michael today. He taught a meditation and prayer class, and it's in a lot of the stuff that you read, you see who edited it. It's Michael Day. He does all kinds of stuff. But anyway, he kind of got on this in one of our classes, and he said he felt like Unity was, so to speak, dropping the ball on denials. All we did were affirmations and affirmations. Absolutely, the denial and the affirmation must go together. Now, you might repeat an affirmation several times, and you don't need to do that on denials, but we must not give power to the negative thing that is influencing us.
What I found for me is that the denial is much more effective leading into the affirmation if I do an acknowledgement before the denial.
Okay. Give us an example. Explain that.
So I have this pain in my elbow and it won't go away. And so I can deny the power of the pain in my elbow over my day. But in order to do that, I first have to affirm that I am feeling in my physical body pain in my elbow. I can't deny the power of something over my experience if I'm not acknowledging that which I'm denying. And when, as a prayer chaplain, I find for a lot of people that if I don't do the affirmation, if I go straight into the denial, or if I don't do the acknowledgement, they can't hear anything, because basically what I'm doing is it's almost like I haven't heard what they've said. So the acknowledgement as a prayer chaplain will also allow the person that I'm praying with to know that I've heard them. So that's just an extra step. And I got that one. I stole that one from Reverend Ray.
I came through. Good,
To
good.
make up for the last statement during the recording.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind.
Oh,
I think
Yeah,
that
I'm
part
trying
of
to
you have to
redeem
name
it.
it and claim it before you can release it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. For me, it's I can deny stuff, but if I haven't acknowledged that it's part of my reality, not necessarily my truth, the denial has less power to dissipate the power that whatever it is I'm denying has. So,
Okay, this is kind of summing the class. So, like, okay, my knees hurt, and they really hurt, some days more than others. And I don't let them have power to stop my day.
right. We acknowledge that your knees are in pain. That's a reality that you're living with, but we also deny the fact that the pain in your knees has any power over what you choose to do with your life this day or any other day, and we affirm that your knees and every other part of your body is whole, healthy, perfect, and complete as it is.
As is. And I was going to say something else I forgot now. Senior moment.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Karen had to leave, you guys. Karen says, I have to leave. Mother is needing me. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
bye.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Thank you, Carla.
You're welcome.
The prayer
Yeah,
chat
last night.
with other people,
I'm sorry.
I use the denials because that's like what we were supposed to do. I find when it's just me and my inner dialogue or take it to meditation, I'm separating out facts and the truth.
That's
I find that really helpful.
The reality is that the reality is my knees hurt. The absolute truth is I'm whole and well.
And I'll be able to get done today exactly what God needs me to get
And there's a
done.
difference between real and
Yep.
absolute.
Reality is your outward experience. The truth is your truth as a spiritual being and a child of God. You are whole, perfect, complete, and healthy in every way. And when people ask for prayers for healing, I'll sometimes say that that's your truth, and we are simply waiting for the outer expression to catch up with your truth. And that's the healing process.
What were you saying, Carla?
I still use the one that Reverend Carol taught me that you've heard before. Despite all outer appearances, my chest is clear and my bronchial tubes are just fine. You know, and despite all outward appearances is one of my big ones. And then you can apply it toward whatever.
Your bronchial tubes are sucking air with ease and grace.
They are. They are, and I talked to him last night on the way home seriously from class and did some toning, and I'm much better today. And Jenny, when you do your yoga, I haven't done yoga in years, but I remember one of the cool things my teacher used to do was she would say, okay, right now we're going to stop. We're going to honor any parts of those bodies that are experiencing discomfort. And there's not going to be any judgment in my class, blah, 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 and then we'd go on and do things. But I think that's just good to get that out of the way. That's a fact, and we dealt with it, and now we can move on.
Oh yeah, and especially when we're warming up, I tell them if they hear any creaks or cracks or, you know, snap, crackle, pops, that we just notice it. There's no judgment. There's no message attached to it. We just notice it and go on. And we're grateful for where we are and what we can do tonight.
All right. I've not heard of this. You familiar with the Fillmore Challenge? All right, I'm going to read it to you. Never make an assertion, no matter how true it may look on the surface, that you do not want to see manifested in your life. They go on to give the example, something as simple as a statement, I'm having a bad hair day. Something you don't want to see manifested, so why give power to your words? Set a goal of moving through an entire day without saying anything you do not want to see manifested in your life. Now,
It's especially true with I am statements.
okay, and I was going to say, Faith, I have in the past had knee problems. It's constant. That is that's why it's called the Fillmore Challenge.
I am very happy to see a woman president.
What's that got to do with your knees?
Nothing to do with my knees. It has to do with the positive statement, other things that I don't want to see happen. I'm affirming that's what I would like to see.
Okay, all right. Okay, let me.
Sorry, in the workbook, because I didn't see that in the book, or is that something you pulled offline?
I have been working in the book and in the workbook. And I am at the place now where I would say, and you will be teaching these classes, I would say get both of them.
Oh, I have them both. I was just trying to figure out where that challenge was.
It's
somewhere
both
in there.
of them are very, very rich in information. But as you teach these classes, my first suggestion would be that I'd get rid of the technology. No. All right, I want you to take a look at creation. That's chapter 23. We have an SEE class on creation, creative process. So we'll just kind of touch on this a little bit so that you're kind of familiar with it.
There's also a whole chapter on creative process in part 4.
Yeah.
So that's basically the whole class that we're doing right now.
Yep. It's, you all are, you got these classes to take. You're taking 4 in one day. You're trying to get your credits and all that kind of stuff. I will be happy for you when you're at the place where you've finished it. Then you can go back and pick up this book and look at it, and no pressure. And then, well, that does make sense. And I think that's what the difficulty of teaching this class. I could go through and I could just lecture on everything, and I could have you mark this, and we've got to get it off the page, out of the book, and into us.
Well said.
Well, thank you. All right, I want us to close tonight with, and I may have referred to this before, it's a quote from one of Hasselbeck's books. Anyway, you don't have it, I don't think, so I'll give it to you. And we'll say it together. I am a point of power, unique, unrepeatable expression of an unlimited God. Is that too much to remember?
Yeah. Could you repeat
I have
that?
a point of power. I got that.
Good for you. I am a point of power, unique, unrepeatable expression of an unlimited God. Let's try it together. Whatever words come out, it doesn't matter. I am a point of power, unique, unrepeatable expression of an unlimited God. And we did this, I think, on the first class. I'm going to do it again. I am the Christ, whole and perfect. I am the Christ, all is well. I am the Christ, whole and perfect. I am the Christ, and all is well.
And so are you.
Oh, geez. What an interesting class. Somebody said something to me last night about handouts. So I thought I'd give you a handout. How's that?
You'll have to email it to her.
I will get it to you. Now, here's
I thought you were standing there with your hand out.
came from. I don't know. This is a byproduct of taking keys to the kingdom. I am bound and determined to get my office in order. And I found this.
Subconscious discipline.
I don't know where I got it. I didn't mark that.
Subconscious discipline. It's on there.
You know, it was probably handed out to me.
Mhm.
But
Okay, Carla. 7 powers of conscious adults. You'll receive this whenever she gets around to it. 1, power of perception. No one can make me angry without my permission. 2, power of unity. We are all in this together. 3, power of attention. What you focus on, you get more of. Power of free will. The only person you can make change is yourself. Power of acceptance. The moment is as it is. Power of love. See the best in others. And we see him going there. Power of intention. Mistakes are opportunities to learn. That was number 7.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
I will get this to you. I could not. Something's wrong with my printer on scanning and then sending, and as soon as I get that back,
Oh, no,
but
I'll be there tomorrow.
to you. But I'll get it to Karen. Oh, you're going to be here tomorrow. Okay.
Heck yeah, I'm not missing your birthday.
Oh!
See, Carla. Carla. You know, what is that AT&T commercial where that girl says to to Siri, shut her down? You're on.
Yes.
Anyway. Okay.
Maybe an extra copy. I'll take it to her in the morning.
Yeah. We are going.
I'll have your copies, Carla.
Thank you.
Just see me.
Oh, you can get my phone too.
Yes. I would like to borrow that book. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's back in the office.
Okay. All right, folks. You know, I hope tonight has been rather interesting.
Yeah.
They didn't.
As it
What?
That's what happens when you think you're in control.
That's absolutely right. And I'm thinking back to those methods classes. We didn't talk about things like this.
I'm going to miss you all tomorrow. I'll be back Friday, but
Good.
I have another class that I take on Thursday
Right.
nights that I've missed for a month. So I've got to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't be here tomorrow.
Okay.
But I really am loving this. I realized this week that I have always thought of things metaphysically. You can hear the tears. I know I'm getting choked up, but I've always thought of things in this fashion. And I'd go to say them to people, and people's, oh, you're airy fairy. You need to get yourself grounded. You need to, you know, think about other people. That's all about yourself. And it's like, and I took it to heart. I heard that. I listened to it. I believed it. And to take this class and to hear this, well, just to be here, it's like I can express things my way. And it's not just my way. It's somebody else that thinks like I do. And it's heartwarming, to say the least.
And I will say, Charles Fillmore, thank you. Thank you for giving us permission to ask questions, to express ourselves. I didn't have that in some.
It's a good, safe place to be.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
safe place, safe
Mhm.
place. Okay.
Oh, we're still recording.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Whose idea was it to record?
Unity's probably.
That would be Reverend Val.
She's going to listen to this and think we're not recording anymore.
I doubt it.
I know.
You all be safe and have a great night.
See you tomorrow, Carla. Glad you're going to be back.
Yes.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Is she converting everything at one time?
No, I think we're been doing them as we go.
Okay.
So it's possible somewhere during the day on
You
Friday
can get what you.
that I can get on my computer and listen to this?